Good evening, we're back with My Hero Academia, this time Season 2, Episode 5, and recording this only one day late, but if you've noticed that I'm wearing the same clothes as I did in the last video, the Batman video, then that would be because I recorded that video only a few hours ago. And now for the week, it's Saturday night now, for the weekend I'm going to have to work on editing 2 videos. But I should have been doing it during the week, but I didn't because I was lazy. So a reminder to kids who've got homework or something, do it as fast as you can, because then you have time to rest later and you're not worrying about it. So learn from my mistake here. But yeah, I've got a new decoration. Well, not a new decoration, a decoration out for my hero now. I got this off Amazon. Say hello to Shoto Todoroki, my new model. Yeah. This is my first piece of My Hero Academia merch. I really like it as well. I hope you like it as well. I plan on getting both Deku and Kacchan as well. The versions of these of Deku and Kacchan. But what is it? It's the My Hero Academia The Amazing Heroes. So it's a nice little model, just show you all the sides there. So yeah, Deku and Kacchan should be coming. Well, they're not coming. I haven't ordered them yet, but I want to get them for the videos but I got Shoto. I don't know why I got Shoto. I just wanted to get Shoto because he's by far the most badass character in the show right now. This show is incredible. I love watching it every week because every episode just leaves you waiting for the next one, and it's great because this show, the characters are great, the story's great, the comedy's great, the action's great. I don't think there's anything that's annoyed me about the show. Down in the comments, without spoilers, put down in the comments anything that's actually bad about the show right now. And I know my friends are going to be foaming at the mouth when I say that, because they've been telling me for a long time to get into this show. Well, they were telling me for a long time to get into this show, and now I am fully invested. Like you can tell, I've got merch now in my room. When my dad saw that, he was like, "Oh God, you're not going into anime, are you?" Because anime do a lot of models and toys and stuff like that, and my room is overloading with pops, and he's like, "Don't start getting into that because you'll start getting all the models and the toys from all sorts of anime, and you don't have room for it." Which is true, I don't, but I don't plan on getting any, or at least I don't plan on getting a lot of merch to overload my room with. Just two more of these will do me fine for My Hero Academia, unless like I become obsessed with a different character. But this show has a way of getting you invested in other characters, doesn't it? Because just last episode, Hatsumi and Tokoyami burst onto the spotlight. Tokoyami's been here around before. Like we've had him for like almost a full season now, a full season's worth. But because he obviously showed up near enough halfway through season 1 as part of the class, and now here he is. But this is last episode was the most screen time he's definitely had in a single episode. And I love that this show tends to do that with all of its characters from Class 1A. Sue has had a decent showing. Minetta's had a decent showing, and he's continued to have when I say a decent showing, for Minetta, I mean that he's had a decent amount of screen time. But yeah, obviously, Shoto has burst right to the forefront of the show this season, because last season he was just like almost a background character who just slightly started getting more and more screen time as it went on. But this season they're fully treating him as a main character, which is great. Kacchan and Deku and Uraraka and Tenya, they've always been in the forefront. But Shoto burst onto the scene in this season. I do like Kirishima as well, he's very good. I'd like to see him get more screen time. Yaoyorozu would be good as well, because her power's so interesting and so powerful. She'd be good to get some more screen time off of. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking of all the people in 1A who I think should get more of a showing. Tokoyami has got it in the last episode, and we're at the forefront of it right now because we're continuing on with the cavalry battles, so he's going to still be around. Kaminari's cool as well. Seeing more of Mina would be pretty good as well. She's currently on Kachan's team. Yuga needs a decent showing. He's in desperate need of it because he's looked pathetic so far, unless he's just pure comedy, which would make sense. But yeah, all of Class 1A deserves a good showing, and even maybe Class 1B they've stepped up their game at the end of last episode, because it was revealed that most of them through the qualifiers, like, intentionally didn't come in the top tiers of the qualifiers, just so that they could watch what Class 1A was made of, and now they're shining in the cavalry battle because they've knocked off almost all of Class 1A, but Class 1A is still in it, don't worry. But yeah, they're taking the lead because everyone's going for Deku at the moment because of his 10 million points. Meanwhile, Class 1B is just sneaking around the back and taking everyone's headbands while they're occupied with Deku. But that doesn't mean Deku is safe, because now he is standing face to face with not only Todoroki, but also Ida, Yaoyorozu, and Kaminari as well. Shoto has got a bit of I won't call it a vendetta, but he's got a bit of an obsession with beating Midoriya, Deku, in this thing. Is it because he was beaten in the qualifiers? But then again, when I look at the family ties of Shoto, maybe I can get it. Because obviously Deku, he wants to follow in All Might's footsteps. Todoroki, his dad is Endeavor, who's second only to All Might. So, and Shoto knows that Deku and All Might have a connection. He knows that All Might is helping Deku along. He's probably told his dad this, and his dad is like, the apprentice of Endeavor has to beat the apprentice of All Might. Because if there is truly daddy issues going on with Shoto and Endeavor, then I imagine Endeavor's the kind of guy who's got a lot of pride and doesn't like being second. So, and if he can't beat All Might, then the least he can do is make sure his son beats All Might's apprentice. So either that or Shoto's gone rogue from his dad and he's just trying to prove that he can beat All Might's apprentice, whereas Endeavor can't beat All Might himself. So he's either trying to fulfill his dad's wishes of beating All Might's apprentice, or he's gone rogue and showing his dad that he can beat All Might's apprentice without his help. Either one makes Shoto a great character. But yeah, like I said at the beginning of this, slightly long review. It's been 10 minutes now. But yeah, like I said, every episode leaves you wanting more, and the last episode definitely left me wanting more, because I want to find out how this cavalry battle ends. I want to know who wins. Can Deku win again? Can he pull a victory again? Or is this where Shoto takes the lead? Or does Class 1B speed ahead? We still don't know what that purple-haired guy is all about. He's in the intro, so I assume he means something, but we've not got a lot out of him so far. Not even a name or a quirk. So yeah, let's just see where this takes us, because I'm very excited. So, My Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 5, starting now! Still! Electrifying everyone! He's done it again! Yeah, he's learning. Wow! Come on!
Kaminari is the one to fear. If there was any more sunlight, Kaminari's attack would have completely destroyed Dark Shadow.
Wow.
My quirk's offensive ability gets stronger when I'm in darkness.
When it's dark, yeah.
That makes Dark Shadow aggressive and difficult to control.
Ooh.
On the other hand, the beast is easy to handle in the sunlight. That's at the cost of its attack power, though.
Okay.
You gotta keep a level head or we'll never get our points back.
He's gone rogue.
I've never been calmer. Can't you tell?
Wow. What the hell?
You both have impressive powers, but I think you'll agree mine's better.
He's replicating the powers.
It's
Monoma.
copy. He can use the quirks of whomever he touches, but only for 5 minutes. Plus, he can only borrow one at a time.
Midoriya is keeping his distance and staying on my left side. That's his strategy. From this position, if I try to freeze them, I'll hit Ida. If he
Oh.
keeps moving like this, there's no way I can get a clear shot at his team.
I'm gonna do something that'll make me useless to you, but it's worth it.
What are you gonna do?
Whoa. He got it.
What was that?
Pushed my torque and RPM into overdrive, which gave me explosive power.
He got the 10 mil.
I told you, Midoriya. I do my best to beat you.
We're counting on you, Midoriya.
All three of them put their trust in me.
He's using it.
This is my responsibility, and I refuse to let the others down.
He's using the fire. Oh, thank God we're only halfway through. I thought it was going to end.
Now we can let the clock run out.
Losers! Get back here!
He's not going to let that happen.
Hey, don't just fly off on your own! Superaba, stop it!
Whoa. Whoa! He's got it! Go on, Kachan! Oh yeah! Stop hitting his head!
Class 1B didn't take into account Bakugo's overwhelming tenacity.
He wants it. Yeah. Bakugo doesn't give up.
This'll be fine.
Don't break him!
I'm going to hit him. I'm just slicing through the air to take out my opponent's defenses. My hand hurts, but it's not broken. He's turned the bands around to hide their point values, but he put the 10 million one on last, right? So it must be on top.
Please tell me I've got something wrong with my eyes.
He tricked us.
We mixed the headbands up.
10 seconds! Everyone's gunning for it. It's these three again. Who's got it?
I let everyone down, didn't I?
That's not true. You're the reason we won.
Ooh, it.
We were so close to first place.
So it's all good. I don't think our leader would agree with you. Like at all.
In third place is Tetsuya. Wait, what? It's Team Shinso. When did they come back from the dead?
Thanks for all your help. Really sorry. When Todoroki was shaken by your first attack, I tried to grab the 10 million point headband. Still, I got one. It was around his head.
Damn it!
The weakest. I said I'd never use this to attack. But as soon as I was overwhelmed, I broke my own promise, and I'll end up exactly who he wants me to be.
He doesn't want to be his dad.
Ida, you were holding out on us. I had no idea you could do that.
Rest assured, forward, it wasn't my intention to deceive you. I merely wanted to show that I could compete with Midoriya.
You're always
You
trying
can.
to one-up each other.
Stand off.
You brought me here. Now what?
Yo! Long time no see.
Oh my, big form.
Catch up. Endeavor. All Might.
They don't like each other. This show never fails to surprise me. I knocked this over. Move that over back there. But yeah, this show, it never fails to leave me on edge, because usually in shows you're like when you see your main character in a competition, you're like, okay, he's got to win, or at least he's got to get to the final and then lose. But it's usually he either wins or loses in the final. But this show, Deku could possibly lose at any point. He kind of did here, but Deku could lose at any point and then be out of the competition, because all of the other characters in the class, it's so easy to follow them, it's so easy to get behind them, that you could easily just move Deku off to the side for the rest of the tournament and then have Shoto, Todoroki, Kachan, Ida. You could easily have any of them go to the final and then win. You don't necessarily need Deku to go straight to the final. So that's why it's so tense watching the competition when it gets so close like that, because Deku doesn't have to win, and he didn't. He came 4th place. He lost the 10 million, which was taken by Todoroki. Todoroki, number 1 spot. He gets it. He deserves it, really. But yeah, let's talk about the battle. The day versus night Dark Shadow. So in the daytime, the Dark Shadow is less powerful, but it's more easy to control behavior-wise. Like it's a very meek creature, and it's like, violence doesn't solve everything. But then at night, it's a lot more aggressive, and hard to control in its behavior, but it's more powerful in its attack. So that's a nice. Oh god, I went through all the video without moving the camera, and now this happens at the end. But yeah, it's a nice trade-off that comes with it. Do you want to lose control at night just to have more attack power, or do you want to have more control over your creature but less attack power during the day? It served its purpose very well. So, looks like we didn't need it at night time, thankfully. I'd like to see it at night time. I want to see how crazy it gets. But Monoma, he was the blondie from Class 1B. He had a good strategy, a very good strategy. He has an incredible quirk as well to replicate any quirk for 5 minutes. That's insane. His strategy was for naught. Class 1B's strategy was for nothing. Because they underestimated Kachan and how ruthless and determined he is to be the best. He beasted them without causing them any damage, surprisingly, because that's one of the rules. You can't cause damage to another team or intentionally knock them over, otherwise you're disqualified. So that's Kachan's weakness. He would have gone, if you were allowed to hurt the other team, he would have gone full tilt and he would have won, because out of anyone else on that pitch, out of anyone else in this show, he has no problem with hurting other people to get himself on top. He has him out of any character, any student in that school has the least. He has no regard for the other students' safety. I don't believe so anyway. Todoroki got the win because Ida went into overdrive, literally. Fly in my room. But yeah, he went into overdrive. We haven't seen that before. We knew it was we know it's a new skill because he said that, because he never showed it to his classmates. But he's the reason Todoroki won. Even Todoroki was shocked. It's rare you see Todoroki get shocked by something. Was there a bit? Are they teasing a bit of a romance between Ida and Momo? at the end there when she was saying that he was the reason they won. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but why not? They'd make a good couple, I think. Like in the last season when they were talking about the test of Uraraka and Deku versus Kacchan and Ida, Momo said that Ida was the best player and that he is into his work. He fully embraced the challenge. She complimented him, and he looks like he got a new lease on life with it. So, and now they're sort of doing it again here. So maybe that's a romance to come. They are both know-it-alls, sort of. They are both very strict on the rules, I think. I don't know enough about Momo as a character to tell that. The strategy was cool as well from Deku to keep on Todoroki's left side so he wouldn't use his fire, because if he tried using his ice like that, he would hit Ida, who was right in front of him. So that's very smart. But again, all for nothing, because he did use his fire to defend. But Jesus, Deku used one for all. Todoroki used his fire. That's a standoff. I want to see that fight. I want to see Todoroki versus Deku, which I think we will, because in the intro it shows Todoroki and Deku fighting each other slightly. They were talking about how Kaminari came into the fold as well with his power, able to keep the Dark Shadow at bay. Very nice. But yeah, our final 4 teams are Bakugo. Well, the Team Bakugo, which is obviously Kacchan, Mina, Sero, Hunter, Sero, and Kirishima. Team Todoroki, which is Todoroki, Momo, Yaoyorozu, Kaminari, and Ida. Team Shinzo. I think that's what they called Shinzo. I don't know who his team is, because he's the only one we really saw. So I'd have to. We saw a clip of who his teammate was in the last thing, but we'll have to have another look later. And Team Midoriya, which is obviously Deku, Hatsume, Uraraka, and Tokoyami, who came in clutch at the end. Because even when Deku used One for All to move Shoto's hand out of the way, and then he took a grab of what he hoped would be the 10 million, but it wasn't, because Shoto prepared for that. The team prepared for that. They put the 10 million somewhere else, or maybe he put it on his head. I don't know. It'd be easier to secure that way. When Todoroki was stunned by the first attack, and he was like, "Oh my god, I used my fire," and he used his quirk, Tokoyami came in for the clutch and nabbed another, 915 points, I think it said. Now we've got at least 14 contestants for the final, because I think on Team Shinzo I only saw 2 people. He might have more, but it's probably going to be a team of 4, so it's probably 16 final contestants. I'm interested to see where this goes, how this fight goes. Ooh, things are hotting up now, especially with Endeavour and All Might. We saw All Might in his big form. We haven't seen that for a while. I don't think we've seen it since the first episode, All Might's big form. But All Might and Endeavour are having a face-to-face. So are Shoto and Deku. But obviously, Deku and Shoto have a difficult relationship, should we say, a difficult acquaintance. But it looks like All Might and Endeavour have a hostile one. Yikes. I'm going to enjoy watching other people's reactions to this. So, Deku gets round 1, Shoto gets round 2. We're moving into the finals now. And we're going to be moving into that next week. So, yeah, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this, go to Patreon. If you want to get early access to the next 4 episodes, which will lead us all the way up to episode 9, also go to Patreon. If you want full-length movie reactions, not to this episode, but to this episode, and the early access and the full-length are included, go to the $10 tier of my Patreon to watch full-length movie reactions. Yeah, hopefully it's working by now. So yeah, that's all we've got time for this week of My Hero Academia, and it was a great episode. Until next time, we are over and out.